Good afternoon, everybody. It's your boy. First of all, I want to start off by saying peace and blessings to everyone. I hope everyone is doing what's necessary to stay safe, and I hope everyone is doing what's necessary to keep their family safe. All right, these are some rough times we're going through, some things that we're going through, and hopefully we'll get through it soon and go back to normal. But with that being said, y'all, let's talk for a minute. I just want to take a minute to talk to y'all about appreciation, how important it is. So like and subscribe this button. This is volume 16 of Black Love Exposed. All right. I want to take a minute to talk to y'all about appreciation. I think I'm actually going to make 2 videos on this. So basically, do you know that just about everything can be broken down, everything in life can be broken down to a simple math problem? Alright? So when I'm saying that, what I'm saying is, for instance, we're talking about appreciation today. Being appreciative for what someone adds to your life. The things that they add to your life, plus. Alright? Showing appreciation. Mainly voicing your appreciation. Alright? So the thing that we get lost in when we talk about appreciation is we get lost in the different methods of appreciation. The things that we appreciate and how we appreciate them and how we show that we appreciate them. For instance, one thing for instance, the appreciation for things rather than the appreciation for effort. All right. A lot of people nowadays don't appreciate the side of effort. You know what I'm saying? They appreciate if you go buy them things that to them takes effort or whatever the case may be. To them, but it's not a lasting appreciation. You know what I'm saying? When someone buys you something, you're generally happy in that moment. Hence, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, like for instance, if a man buys you jewelry or whatnot, later on they'll notice that you're not wearing that jewelry so much. If he buys you a necklace or if he buys you, the person who, it always ends up that the person is looking at you like, where's your ring? He remembers it because he bought it. You don't, it's not even that big of a deal to you because your ring is in your jewelry box or whatnot. So in that moment, it's a great thing. Now, when a person does something for you as far as buying you something or whatever the case may be, it is something that is to behold in that moment. So if your reaction is not the one that he was going for, is not the one that he was shooting for, and generally, thank you, baby, I appreciate it, is not enough. You know what I'm saying? Especially for a man who may just out of nowhere, out of the blue, buy you some jewelry. Your reaction in that moment is all that he has. You know what I'm saying? So whatever he was shooting for, like, okay, I went and dropped 2-3 grand on a fucking ring. I should get some. Generally speaking. You know what I'm saying? It has to be more than thank you, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like in their mind. Or I just went and spent $500-$600 on you some clothes or whatever the case may be, or whatever the case may be, just on some surprise shit, and you just say thank you or whatnot. That's not the reaction that he was hoping for. So what happens after that? What happens is the amount of effort and those things that he does that you deem to be special, but you don't truly appreciate because it's just a thank you. He's going to draw back on those things. All right. Same thing for a woman. If you do things that and you go above and beyond for your man, and he doesn't appreciate those things, and he doesn't show you or tell you that he appreciates those things, you will draw back. Or if he takes those things for granted, let's just put it that way. If he takes the things that you do where you feel like you're going above and beyond for granted. A lot of women would say things like cleaning and cooking and shit like that. But if he was to leave, would you stop doing those things? But that's a whole nother story. But a lot of women take those things and say, you know what, I do this and I do that, and shit, if he doesn't appreciate it, if he just acts, if he takes those things for granted, I'm going to draw back. You know what I'm saying? But generally, when they do those things, what they draw back on is themselves, their body, their whatever the case may be. Generally speaking, all right. So it's almost as if I want to say that it's a punishment, but it's not really a punishment. It's really just the natural instinct to not want to put as much energy into someone that you feel is not giving you that same energy. All right. Where we get lost in the sauce is we don't actually have a conversation about it. We don't actually talk about it to say, listen, I don't feel appreciated. We just let it linger and fester on until somebody goes out and goes out and does something, or gets so angry to the point that it becomes an explosion rather than a simple grease fire that you can just smother and put out. It becomes an explosion. Now you have to call a fire department to come put the fucking fire out. So appreciation is one of those things, man. It's just like it's just like a math problem. It's like my energy plus your energy equals appreciation. Like, energy is effort. You know what I'm saying? The effort that you put into your relationship. If you both putting in maximum effort, then your relationship is going to be good. It's just when someone's effort goes down here, you know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden this effort goes over this effort, you know what I'm saying? And now a lot of us are in the same relationship, and it's all about perception and deal breakers, because the perception is, if the perception can be this: I'm doing this much and she's doing this much. But her perception could be, I'm doing this much and he's doing this much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about, and that's why it's important to actually take the time to get to know people, so you know what a person's deal breakers are. Because you might be able to cook, and that might be great for that dude that you talked to before. But this person, you might be able to cook just as good as you, and might like to cook. So you cooking is not that big of a deal for him. So it's all about deal breakers and knowing, and actual communication, man. Everything always comes down to communication. So you can figure out a math problem and figure out a formula to make a relationship work. Really, if you really think about it, you can figure out a math problem and a formula, and that's where getting to know each other, and I know I've been talking about that a lot lately on my videos, getting to know each other is paramount in deciding whether this person is truly for you. Because that's all you're doing, is you're creating a formula, really a math formula, in order to make the relationship between you and this person work, or to figure out if that relationship has a chance of working. We disintegrate our chances of making our relationship work because we don't get to know each other. We can't figure out whether we're coming or going, because we have access to so many more people nowadays. Because just about everybody has a cell phone, just about everybody has cars, just about everybody, you can get different places, you can meet different places, you can talk to just about anybody in the world nowadays. So your attention and your effort is not being put into getting to know this one person that you're possibly going to be with, or especially getting to know the one person that you are choosing to be with. So that's all I got for this one. Effort is important, energy is important, and actually showing someone that you appreciate them is important. It's important. Let's not forget that our relationships aren't just a byproduct of what someone is bringing to our table, but it's also a byproduct of the energy that I'm adding to them as well. Let's let's not. We can stop with the narrative of he's doing this, he's always doing this, or she's always doing that, or whatever the case may be, because a lot of times what they're not doing that they're not doing in the beginning is a byproduct of what they're receiving from you. Show off.